Hi, Taoism. This is a huge and intimidating topic to broach, but it is one of the most grounded, powerful, and life-giving paths for cultivating inner energy, especially Qigong, which I'll come back to in other videos for sure. And I've got to say, this book is a must-read on the topic. Opening the Energy Gates of Your Body by Bruce Francis. My goal today is just to give you a brief overview of this great tradition. First, I'll present some historical landmarks, and then I'll highlight 3 reasons why Taoism is such a powerful path for working with your inner energy. Taoism began over 2,000 years ago in China, though its roots probably go back even further through oral tradition. The core of Taoist philosophy is found in a short but powerful book called Tao Te Ching, written by a mysterious figure named Lao Tzu around the 6th century BCE. Not long after, another figure named Xuanzi expanded on those ideas with humor, storytelling, and mind-blowing parables. His book, also called Xuanzi, brought a more playful and mystical dimension to Taoism. One question we often have is about the difference between Taoism and Buddhism. Actually, they share many similarities. When Buddhism arrived from India around the 1st or 2nd century CE, it met a culture already rich with Taoist philosophy, and instead of clashing, the two began to blend and influence one another in fascinating ways. For example, Taoism brought in its love for nature, spontaneity, and flowing with life, what it calls the Tao. Buddhism, meanwhile, emphasized mindfulness, compassion, and the path to liberation from suffering. The mix of these two led to a uniquely Chinese form of Buddhism called Chan, which later became Zen in Japan. Buddhism also absorbed some Buddhist elements, especially in its monastic practices, concepts of the afterlife, and ideas about emptiness and non-attachment. But Buddhism kept its earthy, intuitive vibe, often focusing more on balance, longevity, and harmony with nature. So today, many Chinese practitioners still follow both traditions, seeing them not as opposites, but as 2 lenses of the same deep truth. Now, why is Taoism so effective for working with your inner energy? Here's the first reason. Taoism teaches you to flow instead of forcing. This might sound simple, but it's huge. Most of us in the West were taught to push, grind, control, and chase things to make life work. But that burns a lot of energy, mentally, emotionally, even physically. Taoism, on the other hand, teaches something radically different. Wu Wei, or effortless action. It doesn't mean just sit around doing nothing. It means acting in alignment with the natural flow of things. By the way, this is the way of water, as we saw in a previous video. When you stop resisting life and start flowing with it, something magical happens. You stop leaking energy. And as I put it in a recent video, this is the first thing you need to do. Stop the leaks. And this happens when your nervous system relaxes, your intuition sharpens, and suddenly you can do more by doing less. It's like switching from rowing upstream to floating with the current. You still move, but it's smooth, natural, and powerful. The second reason why Taoism is so effective, if you allow me to use this term here, is that it reconnects you with your body and breath. Taoist practices like Qigong, Tai Chi, and Taoist meditation are all about tuning in to your internal world. You slow down, breathe deeply, move with intention, and you begin to feel things that were invisible before. You notice the subtle flows of energy inside you. You start feeling grounded, alive, calm, and yet fully present. And unlike many modern practices where where you try to bypass the body. Taoism goes through the body. It sees the body as a sacred energy vessel, not something to escape from. So 10 minutes of Taoist breathing or gentle movement can totally shift your state. It brings you out of your head and back into your inner life force. And the more you practice, the more energy you free up. Because the body isn't just a vehicle, it is your battery. And Taoist practices help you recharge it naturally. By the way, as you can see, Taoism aligns with Eckhart Tolle 100% here, doesn't it? And finally, reason 3, which is that Taoism connects you with the bigger picture. Taoism isn't just about your personal energy. It's about harmonizing with the Tao, or the flow of the universe itself. The Tao is like the ocean behind all waves. It is this silent, mysterious intelligence that animates everything, from the wind in the trees to your own heartbeat. And when you start living in alignment with that force, when your energy, choices, and mindset all start syncing up with the Tao, you feel it. Life stops feeling like a battle. You stop feeling alone. And your inner energy starts replenishing itself, almost like you're plugged to a cosmic battery. And I'd like to point out here that you find one of the central ideas of the Celestine prophecy, we just talked about. So, to sum up, if you've been feeling stuck, scattered, or energetically drained, Taoism might be the quiet revolution your soul is craving. Give it a try. Start small. Breathe. Move slowly. Read a page from the Tao Te Ching and see what shifts. And as always, stay present, stay open, and let your energy flow. See you soon.